Good evening, everybody. Dadman Walking 55 here, coming back again later tonight. Why? Because I don't have to work tomorrow. Once I realized that, hey, that's all good. But hope y'all are having a good evening tonight with us and having fun with us, and wait to see what we're going to do here because we have no plan, as we always do. Always a great thing to have good old people coming in like this guy here, Dave C. Dave, hey, buddy, how are you tonight?
Hello, long time no see.
I know, exactly. And I will be eating tonight. I'm wondering if I ought to call, we have the late night with the Squirrel Stream song. I wonder if I would create a new show called Midnight Snack or something. Midnight Snack, because I've got cereal, I got a peanut butter sandwich. Hey, I have dinner with Dadman, so we'll cover every meal of the day before we're done.
All right, let's do it.
So if you have a midnight snack, and folks in the chat, the question goes out to everybody out there too. But Dave, when you have a midnight snack, what do you like to go for?
Actually, I went healthy a few minutes ago. Trail mix with little fruit pieces and stuff like that. Because I ate dinner a little while ago, but I'm trying to not eat junk food. It's not very successful, but I'm trying not to.
I got you. And Tina, this is with a purpose. You'll see where we go with this because the missus created this a while back. Let's go ahead and bring in another member of the panel, Atwood. Hey, Atwood, how are you tonight?
I am okay. How are you?
Good. So when you have a midnight snack, what do you go for?
I normally go for like a little Debbie snack or something.
Okay.
Nice. Yep. Hey, Atwood.
Those are always good.
Like I'll get sometimes I'll get a honey bun, or like right now I just got those new fall brownies, which are really good.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have Cheerios and a peanut butter and grape jelly sandwich. So
now it also depends on if I get up and actually make something. Like if I'll get up and make something, I'll get 2 to 4 pieces of bread, put a slice of cheese on it, and microwave it for 15 to 30 seconds. And oh my god!
Yeah, microwave grilled cheeses can work too. But
no, not even putting them together. Not even putting the bread together.
Oh, really?
Separate.
Okay. Well, my mom used to make them in the microwave at times. But hey, if you're hungry, you'll do whatever you got to. Well, let's say hi to the chat real quick. Let's see what they are snacking on. Putin's cat is, OMG, are you serious? Yes, I am serious. And don't call me Shirley. So, hell to JPRPH1. Good to see you too. Emily and the Retrievers is here tonight. Good to see you. How are you doing tonight? Dave C. said hello to everyone. Putin's cat made a weird AI song earlier, kind of like record playing backwards and hearing the devil. All right. And Tina, welcome in, Tina. Good to see you tonight. How are you doing? What's for midnight snack with Dadman? That, as I just let's get the screen to pop up. There you go. Peanut butter and grape jelly sandwich with Cheerios and a Coke Zero to drink. And you never know. Maybe I'll get hungry and I'll go run and make a grilled cheese with bacon. You never know. But Putin's cat likes pie. And yes, this one thing I talked to Dave and Atwood, feel free to jump in with us let me get through the chat. I want to talk a little bit about the Alien franchise because we just went on with our buddy with Mark D with a C, and I had some thoughts with this whole franchise, but we'll do that. That's why when Mrs. and I watched Alien, she created that little thing for me. So Emily usually has carrots and hummus. That's cool. Hey, Joseph Allen, who's also the old man coming. Hey, big midnight snack is a bowl of Rocky Road with chocolates, dude.
Nice ice cream.
Nice. Yeah, not just that, chocolate on chocolate, like Rocky Road. That dude, there you go. That's the snack of the night right there. Yeah, put the Cheerios in the sandwich. No, I don't think so. But hey, little peanut butter. I like a lot of peanut butter. Hey, yeah. All right, Tina. Thank you for. Don't make me have to throw my wrench back at you, but hey, yeah. Hey, I'm a Bombers fan now, thanks to you, Tina. So hey, all right. But all right. So, when you think aliens, well, let me ask you this real quick. What is your favorite of all the alien movies, Dave?
Uh, well, Aliens is, fantastic. I still like the
Okay,
first
okay,
one,
hang on.
you know.
When you say
Hold
alien,
on.
I just want to ask: do you include Alien versus Predator or no?
Yes, I include all of the movies. I include all
Okay.
the movies. But so, Dave, do you have the favorite?
It's tough between me to pick one between the first two. I just remember Alien being so cool with the score, the musical score, and I was young when it first came out, so it made a real impression on me. And then Aliens was just as good or better, right? With
Right.
that lot more action.
Mhm.
But if you want to talk Alien and the whole I got maybe the first one, but just barely, because
Right.
I'm a big fan of that one.
Mhm.
Bill
Oh yeah,
Paxton was phenomenal in that. I've actually got one of his characters over here, Hudson.
Hudson. Come
Yeah,
here,
I've got
Hudson. Look into my eye.
Hudson. So
I love
Oh,
that.
do I have a hot take for you?
Okay, well,
yeah,
let's
I've
see
got
what
the
Dave's got
Hudson
here.
here.
So let me bring this up to large screen here.
Yeah, and then I've got, and if you guys had seen the test run I did for the new apartment, I had showed a bunch of this stuff off just for fun. And then I've got the Alien Queen too, for those who didn't see that one.
They made that.
Oh yeah, this is big one, huge. You can see how big it is. I mean, it's not top quality, but it's nice. It's got some really good, lot of good details. The spikes and stuff aren't on it because I just pulled it out of the box yesterday to do that stream, to check out with my lighting, the camera angles and stuff like that. And then I've got that from Aliens too, with the chest burster.
Oh yeah,
if you remember that scene.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the survivor,
So
from the
pops
colony.
out like that.
Whoa.
Yeah,
that's like a Fortnite where they had the llama bursting. So.
Yeah. So I put the xenomorph with it. So I mean, I've got a few alien things. This is about it right here. But for me, when did Alien come out?
79.
79.
Aliens was like 86. So
9 or 10, depending on when it came out.
Right.
So
we're
what I mean?
The same age, Dave.
yeah. But when Aliens came out, and Hicks and with her going back with them when she wasn't going to go back, and she did anyway, and the characters are so good in that. All absolutely. Of them, right?
Oh yeah.
Especially Hudson and stuff like that, and Ripley, of course,
and
then Newt. All the one-liners are classic in that movie.
Yeah. Peel's Cat had, about that alien poster, the Craig Egg. That was been very iconic and was scary. So, Atwood, what is your favorite of all the movies of the Alien series?
Okay, so if we're including AVP, then I would have to say AVP solely because that I remember where I was and what I was doing the very first time I saw it, and I've resonated with that one the most. Now, if we're talking like just the main ones, it's probably going to be the first one.
Okay.
Solely because it's just you can't get much better than the original. Now, here's my hot take, okay? And y'all are going to hate me for this.
Not really.
I'll
just cut you off the stream. That's all.
But then you'll hate me too.
Oh shoot, we got to get Dave off this. I let David sell the layout while we're talking.
It's all right.
But let me explain why. So I'm gonna say it, but let me explain. I like the third one more than I do the second one. Here's why.
Never did I ever in my life ever think I'd hear that one. Okay. Atwood. No, I'm curious. Yeah, go ahead. Plus, make sure you speak up though, because some are saying your volume's a little bit low.
Volume's a little bit low.
So the reason being is because the second one, as good as it was, it is the least horror out of all of them, and I don't know if I like that because when I think of aliens, I think of the suspense thriller, and I don't really. It wasn't action enough, and plus there were too many loose ends that weren't answered in the next one that I feel like they screwed up. Like they didn't have the little girl in the next one. They kind of just wrote her out. They
Man
didn't.
Hicks.
They didn't explain it enough. And then the third one, I really liked how they made it interesting because they didn't have weapons to fight the alien, and I liked how they got creative and trying to figure out how to kill the alien.
See, that's the biggest problem I had with it was in the penal colony and just these guys. It seemed like it was trying to be too much like the original with one. I don't know. My problem is everything after the second one's like copy and paste. I mean, I like Aliens the best of all of them because I like the action. I like the. I'm not beholden to the horror or the sci-fi part of it. I want a good blow 'em up, sock 'em action movie where things blow up and stuff.
Don't get me wrong, I do like Aliens too, and it is one of the better ones, but it is the least. It's not like the other ones. Like it's the most actiony, and not that that's a bad thing, but I just feel like it's a little too actiony for my Alien movie. Now I'll tell you one movie that a lot of people did enjoy that I could not stand, and that was Prometheus. That movie irritates me so bad, solely because of one scene. And you know what that scene was?
No.
It's the scene where she's running and the ship is falling down, and she doesn't freaking get on the ground and roll out the freaking way. That was the dumbest scene in the entire freaking franchise, possibly ever.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Angel. Welcome in. Good to see you tonight.
Until Covenant. Until Covenant.
No. I could even forgive that. But you have two freaking astronauts running in a straight line right where the ship's falling. Yep. Why?
Well, yeah, that's so you can yell at them for doing it.
Yeah, I guess there's your horror movie trope for you. Yeah, but and again, Alien 4, well, unless you count AVPR, Alien Resurrection is still the worst film solely because there was really no reason for it. Ripley was dead. There was no reason to continue it. The fact that they did sickens me. And the only good part of that film, well, the only two good parts of that film was A, the basketball scene, and that's only good because if you know the behind the scenes about it, and B, Brad Dourif.
What was that?
Brad Dourif, you know.
Brad Dourif.
Yeah.
Who is that again? Which character was he?
Well, you know who Brad Dourif is, right?
You know the face.
I think I've seen him probably, but I just don't remember what he was in yet.
He's Chucky.
Oh, that guy. Oh God, you got this Chucky fixation, don't you?
You know the answer to that.
Just slightly.
But I mean, that movie just did not need to exist. It really didn't.
No, it didn't really.
At least Alien 3 had a purpose for existing.
You're going to probably figure out the first 5 minutes of Alien 3. I liked Alien 3, except for what they did at the very beginning. When you found out, when Ripley found out what happened to Newton Hicks, that pissed.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like, at least in Alien 3, they wrapped it up. There was no reason for Alien 4.
Not in that context. It should have been a standalone, different, like Dadman said. Got to come up with something different, and you got to be creative. Just the same old.
I do want to ask, what are both of your thoughts on the second AVP film?
I don't remember the second one. I remember the one, was it in the high school in the city? Wait. Wait. Which one's the one where it was on the planet? Lawrence Fishburne was a crazy guy,
That's Predators. That was
Predators.
yeah.
Oh,
That was
Predators. Okay.
That
Okay.
was a good one. That was a good one.
I like that one. Okay. So anyway, but was there two alien?
There were
Okay.
two
Anyway.
AVPs. The first one they were
Yeah.
they went to Antarctica, which I do love that one. That's the one I grew up with. That's probably my favorite one. And then AVPR, the only good part of that was the Predator, was seeing that. But the problem with that film, and the reason I hated it, is the way they filmed it. It was so dark when they released it, you could not see anything. You had to literally turn the brightness up on your TV all the freaking way just to see anything. And it annoyed me.
Yeah. And it was it was all right. I mean, the thought of them coming down to Earth, right?
And then
the actual aliens making it to Earth, not just the Predators, obviously, because
not only did you introduce an entire new group of characters in that movie, but you killed the main character off a quarter of the way into the movie.
Hey, isn't that what they're doing all nowadays?
But not the main character.
Yeah, you do. Just get rid of them, you know. But hey, it's interesting to hear your thoughts on that. I will always be a aliens guy. I like the bang up. I like the blow up, shooting, and everything else. It's just what I will always do.
I feel like if they would have brought Newt back, then it would be higher placed. But because they didn't, that's why.
More Hicks too, like Dave said. Losing Hicks was just like,
what the hell?
Go ahead, Dave.
That didn't help. That didn't help.
No, I mean, if the movie itself, with being in the prison, was okay, right? I mean, it was kind of a standalone. And then, but like what Atwood's saying, you know, she dies. That's it, and then they bring her back for clones and all that.
It's not even the fact that they say she died, but they didn't show any of her. They didn't show a funeral. They didn't show a body. They didn't show nothing. They just said, "Oh, she died."
But still, I liked it. Once they got aliens in there with the colonial marines and all the other stuff. That's where I wanted to see all these things going from. Because like with the new one, Romulus, I just felt like it became. I just like it tried too hard to be like the original Alien movie, and I don't think you can make Alien like it was in '79 because so much has changed with our culture. The technology's changed. People are used to that type of movie. People have gotten so more, I think, desensitized with the graphicness of horror and everything else that you've got to create something new and different. That's why I like the Bang Bang Pew Pew more, because you can vary it at times. But then again, you could overdo that. But it's just like, let's run around a ship with no weapons and try to outsmart the alien.
Here's my thing, though. Horror is not the same. It's just people just don't know how to come up with anything new. That's the problem. It's not the genre's fault. It's the creator's fault. You want to sit here and remake the same movie 10 million times. How about remaking a bad movie for once?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. That's when Mrs. and I were watching Romulus. We started talking there. We didn't have anybody around us at that point, but it just stood us like it. Well, we were kind of like, are they going to do something original? What are they doing? And it made no sense. I mean, I'm sitting there watching. I'm watching the point blank shooting the alien. Well, what about acid for blood? I mean, there would always be splashing and all that other stuff, which would have eaten up the synthetic's leg and the tissue and all. There was just so much. It was like, how? And at that point, the Miss and I had lost it, because it's like, we've seen this movie 3 times before at least.
Well, see, here's the worst part about that new Alien movie. Okay, fine, you come out with it, it's like the way it is, fine. But the one scene that ticked me off and that actually ruined the movie was the cameo the callback that they made to the original with the character coming back. That's what ruined it.
Okay. Well, see
You know,
well, where Miss and I really lost it was the throwaway line from Aliens, "Get away from her, you bitch."
Yeah.
That was like, and the way it was said, we were just like, we could see that coming a mile away. And we're like, okay, that's it. That was the one I think that put us over the top with
but you
this.
know what? As bad as that movie, as interesting as that movie was, Dadman, no movie was as big of a slap in the face as The Predator from 2018
Oh God. Yeah.
with Keegan Michael Key. Why wouldn't first of all, why in the hell would you put him in a Predator movie? First of all,
Mm-hmm.
second of all, that movie made no sense.
Yeah.
You could watch that movie high as a kite and it still wouldn't make no sense.
Yeah.
Especially
I
the
think.
ending was terrible.
Yeah.
That
Which one was the Predator? Which one was that? I'm having
you don't
trouble.
remember with Keegan Michael Key?
I don't know who that is, and part of the problem is just
Key and Peele?
The military guy, and he winds up with the other crazy military guys, and
Yeah.
they go out, and then they have to fight one.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with me is some of these movies are just so uninspiring. I brain dump it. It's like, okay, it doesn't stick with me because it never made an impression. And Mr. Angel said the first Alien will forever be one of the best sci-fi horror ever, in his opinion. Yeah, I could see that. But even watching it for the first time now, maybe I'd been tipped off to too much along the way. But
think about it this way.
But for 79, I could see that movie being all that it was. But still, watching it for the first time now, I did not grasp the greatness of it. I mean, it was really good, and I would say it was solid. But it
Think
was.
about it this way.
And hold on one second. Let me say hi to Brogu. Hello, Brogu. Good to see you tonight.
Of all the Alien and Predator movies, okay, each one, okay, except for two, there is some redeeming factor in every single one of them, except for The Predator and Alien Resurrection. I couldn't tell you one. Well, actually, no, really, just The Predator. That movie makes no sense. I watched that movie back to back 3 or 4 times, and I still couldn't grasp it.
Well, Dave, do you have? You showed us some of your pictures earlier. Did you have like comic art or something with aliens?
You mean
for aliens? No, you, Dave. I thought maybe you showed it already with the characters.
No, I went to the movie theater the other day, and they had a Deadpool with a face hugger on it. Oh yeah, I've got a few pictures I could show.
Yeah, I thought if you had something to pull up. So, Predator 2, Predator 2. There is the foreshadowing crossover between Predator and Alien. Yeah, I remember that because that scene when Danny Glover was on the ship, then you saw the alien skull, on the trophy wall. Exactly.
That's the redeeming quality of that movie was the whole Predator ship thing. That was cool. You'd never seen that before, and actually, you really haven't seen it since. That was cool. And then my favorite scene from Predator 2, though, and I don't know if y'all remember this, but it's when the Predator breaks into the apartment with the old lady and the old man, and the guy's like, "Hey, are you okay?" And the way he's like, "I don't think he gives a shit." That cracks me up every time.
Well, I tell you what I liked in it was when Bill Paxton had his head pulled out. That death scene in the subway, that was really cool.
Just think, Bill Paxton is the only man to get killed by a Terminator, Predator, and an alien.
There you go. Hey, go for it. Mr. Angel said that started as a movie reference joke, but turned into reality first in comics, then in reality. So, absolutely. Hey, that was neat. It's like I think we're getting a lot of crossovers because of a little thing here or there. And then they take a life of their own. I will say one of the worst kept secrets was the way Romulus ended with the sort of. I mean, we saw in some of the Alien movies like the crossbreeding between the alien and like a dog and things like that. But in this one, it was like so grossly over the top. Because I was not surprised when I saw what it was because fans have been clamoring for one of those type of mixed alien breeds for a long time.
Oh, and
So-
one side comment: the fact that we haven't gotten a Terminator versus RoboCop movie is very irritating to me.
Yeah. All right. So, Dave, if you have anything to share, just let me know and I'll pull it up when we can.
I found one, but not the one. I know which one you were talking about now, and now I can't find it. I sent it to you a while ago, right? Yeah. It's a face hugger one.
Well, if you can pull it up on your screen and I'll share. If you pull it up on your screen and share your screen, I'll pull it in.
I just can't find the picture.
This is
I'm not at home tonight, so I got to share screens. Yeah, that one.
This is a cool fact. So the alien popcorn bucket that they came out with from Alien Romulus, there's a little handle right under the head, and you know why they put the handle there, right?
No.
It's a callback to the first Alien versus Predator, where the Predator and the final I can't remember her name, teams up, and she's using the alien head as a shield.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's the callback.
Yeah, the Predator actually teaches her how to do that, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, he made the shield, but she holds it the same way that you do the popcorn bucket, which is really cool.
Wow.
That's funny.
That's cool. Well, Atwood, you surprised me with all this knowledge of aliens. I didn't realize you had that much working knowledge with it.
It's a popular franchise, man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gotta think I love my horror films. So.
Well, see, I did the brain dump on a lot of it after Alien 3. When that happened, I was like, and I've tried to watch every other movie after, and they're just,
I can't stand Prometheus, man. I hate to sound like a broken record, but
after Covenant, it was a lot better.
No, I would still rather watch Covenant because I don't know why that I don't understand why that one scene ticks me off so bad, but it really irritates the frick out of me more than it should. But I cannot stand, and I guess it's just because it's so obvious that ship is just freaking mad. I guess that's why I did it, because there's two characters and they're both doing the same freaking thing.
Mm-hmm. Well,
there's a lot in that movie that doesn't make sense because they cut some stuff out, like the guy who was messing with the eel. I'll just call it the eel in the water when they first get it there, and he's like, "Oh, hi, little thing," and you're like, "Yeah, this isn't going to end well." So why would any person on an alien planet walk up to something like that? And then it's like, and he's still doing it, right, Dadman? You remember this? Edward, I know you remember it. And he gets real close to it. Well, they cut the scene out on one of the ships that he's actually an animal guy. Forgive me, I almost said botanist, but that's not it. But he's an animal guy. That's why he's there. So now you understand why this guy's going to the thing. But why would you cut that out? And then it's kind of like what I was saying. It's almost like they do it on purpose so you can talk about it. Like, it's a scene you're like, what are you doing, man? Get the F away from that thing. But then the scene they cut out explains why he was doing it, because that's his thing. He's an animal guy.
I guess the reason it annoys me so much is because, like, it's not that it's a side character. It's like it's the main character, and like she is smart as a whip the whole movie, and then all of a sudden you do that. It's like, why? It's so out of character, it's so out of pocket, and it's just so freaking stupid.
Well, you know what? It's just like the missus tells me, they did it just to make you mad.
I guess.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or they were just freaking high or something.
But well, it's one of those scenes where the audience, somebody said, well, let's leave that in there because the audience is going to scream at this guy, and it'll be funny for us to have the audience say, "What are you doing, man?" So I get it. I get why they did it.
It made sense for the side character to be stupid, but don't make the main character all of a sudden become an idiot for no reason.
Right.
There's a difference. It's
because it didn't begin with.
it's okay if the joke character does it, because no
And
one
then
cares about
kill
the
him.
joke character.
Then kill him off
Don't do
screen
it.
for the next movie, right?
You don't do it to the main. Shut up. Don't do it to the main character. I see what you did there with Newt. Yeah, I see what you did there.
Oh, I'm talking about Shaw actually.
Yeah, but the fact, I mean, seriously, wasn't it Charlize Theron that played the other chick? I can't remember her name. I think that's her name. That would have made sense to kill her off and be an idiot, but don't make the main character an idiot all of a sudden.
Yeah, and the way they killed her off was really stupid.
Yeah.
Charlene's character.
Well, Charlize's character, she deserves to die. She irritated me.
I have one picture that I saw when I went to see Deadpool Wolverine the other day at this little mom and pop. I showed this on the last stream. If you want to pop that up.
Fair enough, Mr. Angel. Fair enough. I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's not the one you were looking at. The one I had was the life-size character from the movie that had the face hugger on it, and I was standing next to it to show you how big it was. That was really cool. That was at a comic book store down toward Fort Lauderdale.
Oh,
this is a life-size Deadpool. That's a life-size face hugger. Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah,
you see how big it is.
I'd like to see the price tag on it.
Oh,
I didn't even bother asking.
I don't think you even need to look at it to guess how much that crap costs.
That's at least $4 or $5 grand. At least $3 or $4 grand, $3 grand.
Yeah.
Well, you got to get the face hugger with it too, right? And that Thor hammer.
Speaking of Deadpool, so you know that some of you probably know Dadman, but you know that new pen and ink set they got in Fortnite for Deadpool and Wolverine?
No, I don't.
The one that's in there now, the bundle with him and Wolverine?
I've not looked that far at the shop because if it doesn't have the whip, I don't look any further.
It's been in there for a couple of weeks.
Mr. Angel, I'm doing the best I can tonight. I apologize. One of the problems I'm having, I'm at my mom's house. Everything acoustically in this place is different than when I'm at home. I'm trying to not do that, but I'm doing the best I can, and I know that there are sensitivities, but it's everything gets magnified in the house that I am today. One time, Bucky and Hungry and I were with me, and they thought the dryer attacked me because I forgot. I tried to mute the mic, but it flipped over, and the sound on the back porch came right through the. They swore up and down that I got attacked by a Terminator because I'm doing the best I can. So it's and I've actually had people say that before because it is different in this house than where I normally am. So, but yeah, go ahead, Atwood.
But anyway, the Deadpool and Wolverine skin that they've had in there for a couple weeks now, they took the Deadpool skin from the video game they did like 10, 11 years ago. They did because they did a game 11 years ago, and they literally just copied and pasted it into Fortnite, which I like, but they didn't give any credit to it, which kind of irks me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I haven't seen the Dune 2 Mutants Cat. I haven't seen. I was watching it on the Max, the first one, and then I said I don't want to watch it because I want to wait for the other one to come out, and I want to watch them together. And then I don't have Max anymore, so I haven't gone back to watch either one.
Exactly.
I still can't get over that popcorn bucket.
Yep. No, I've seen lots of crazy popcorn buckets lately.
It looks like
Beetlejuice, Aliens. Yeah, it's all been all over the place.
You know what's funny is when I first saw that Dune 2 popcorn bucket, for some reason I thought of the xenomorph egg, the alien egg. I don't know why, but it looks like the alien egg when it hatches. It really does.
Yep. I gotcha.
Yeah. Oh,
no, popcorn buckets are like crazy these days. I mean, they're coming out. Oh my gosh! All the way to separate you from your money these days. Oh yeah, they're trying to separate you from your money.
No, I meant like when you saw the design for the Wolverine popcorn bucket, like you know what they were doing. Come on, there's no way they looked at that design and thought this is what, then didn't think of what people were going to do with it. I mean, come on. It's you know what they were thinking, and they.
Oh, you always do.
Hey,
yeah.
fair enough. That gets some money, but come on, man.
Good night, Mr. Angel.
Well, Mr. Angel, take care. Thank you for coming in tonight. Good to see you again. Good to see you these days. And Wade, welcome in. Yeah, Florida's not always good. We know that's not true. But hey, well, even better than Colorado. I don't think so. Now I know you're being silly. So, I just like watching these movies just for the fun of it and brain dumping. I know that there's all the genres and the sci-fi and the horror, and I just looked at Aliens as an action movie, and then I think I tried to watch the other ones actor similarly, but they're not. They're different types of movies completely, and it just really it was a different thing for me.
It's like I said, Aliens is like the least horror one. Like there's no horror element to it. Like all of them have the action.
The only one I'll go against you on that because I actually have this was from Aliens, right? This one.
Yeah, that was in the hallway when the Marines first went through that other side area they were going through, and they found that person in the wall, and they were trying to save them.
Yeah, I get, but you're right. That's pretty much the most horror part of the whole movie. Then I guess would just be this one, right? I think you're right about that.
Here's how I describe it. So all the Alien movies are sci-fi horror films with action elements. Aliens, however, is just an action sci-fi horror movie with little horror elements. It's like they flipped it almost.
Yeah, they've totally flipped it to pew pew action and one line. But it's so good. The characters they all matched up for the writing, the directing.
One of the only true horror scenes in that movie was when it's got nude and she's in the water and she's in like the sewer and the alien comes out the water. That's the only true horror scene in that entire movie.
Yeah, but
the rest of it's just action.
Yes,
when Hudson gets it though, that was kind of rough, man. I was like, I didn't like it when I was always debating whether he was gonna make it through. That character was so good. He's never gonna make it. Then he makes it a little bit longer than everybody else. He makes it to that action scene, that scene, and you're like, he's gonna make it through. He's gonna make it through, and then damn.
What was so funny? What was funny was that sound effect. Game over, man. Game over. Was on a Mac computer in the bookstore at the university I went in 1989. But the early days of computer, like 1989, 1990, it was like one of the sound effects on the computer there.
Well, but he's got other great lines. Ripley's giving him shit because he's been kind of being a crybaby. I mean, obviously he's kind of distressed. They're stranded there. He knows what they're up against. And she's like, that little girl survived all that. And he's like, why don't you put her in charge, man?
Yes.
That's almost as good as Game Over, but it doesn't get we all love it. It doesn't get the props like it should, right?
Look at another line that is going crazy and lasted test of time. It's not the bitch line. But, let's nuke it from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. I mean, I saw a stream tonight where that line was given and stuff. It's like classic of how the comedy part of it, the lines were so memorable, they became a part of our culture, actually.
Yeah, well, he was given, oh, God, I forgot her name. The girl who... she blew herself up with the other guy.
Vasquez and Gorman. Vasquez and Gorman.
But she's doing pull-ups, and he goes, "You've ever been mistaken for a man?" She goes, "Have you?"
But it's kind of funny because, as like I was saying a minute ago, Aliens to Aliens 1 is pretty much the exact same as Terminator 2 to the first Terminator. It's quite literally the exact same thing. You take the two genres and you flip them. Granted, I for the longest time I did like Terminator 2 better than the first one. However, I went back and watched the first one again. I don't know. I kind of like the first one maybe just a little bit better.
Well, I might be thinking about doing a stream on the music and stuff like these from these movies, because you get the music in Alien, and then in Aliens is great, but man, the way it's set up in the first part of the beginning scenes of the first one is just fantastic.
And I'll tell you what's funny, really interesting is you have, for the first 2 Alien movies, you have 2 phenomenal directors that, but like they're 2 completely different genres. You have Ridley Scott for the first one, and then you get James Cameron for the second one. You have back-to-back amazing actors, but then you have 2 completely different movies.
Well, let me do something real quick. Let me come in and let me say hello to Phantom Outsider. Hell, Phantom Outsider. Good to see you.
Here. Nice.
Now, let me let y'all kick the tires on this in the little bit of time we have left here. Brogu brings up this. I'm not familiar. Speaking of Terminator, I saw the first episode of the Terminator Zero animation on Netflix. It was awesome. What is this
that's
about?
Surprising. That's surprising. Yeah.
Well, what is going on with? What is this about?
It's kind of like an anime kind of animation, and it looks really good. But there is one key problem. And you know what that is? I am not paying $22 for Netflix.
Oh,
I am
Dave,
sorry.
have you heard about it then?
Yeah.
No, that was just earlier tonight, and Brogu's is. I think Brogu's the first one's even talking about it. So I'll go with what Brogu's saying.
Worth watching on Netflix that would convince me to pay for it. The only good show on there that I would watch is Stranger Things, and even then, why do that for one freaking show?
Well, it depends. I mean, if you watch some of these, you have to pretty much buy it or rent it or something else. If not, you just have to get lucky. You can find it somewhere else.
Or pirate it.
Yeah, I mean,
it's selling on the high seas, Atwood. So,
well, they're also doing another Transformer movie. You heard this, right, Dadman?
No, I didn't. Dave, what's it?
Yeah, it's
I saw the perfect meme.
It's an animated one.
Wait a second. Is that thing?
Obviously. What I mean by animated. Let me backtrack for a second. When I mean by animated, not like animated like Rise of the Beast and Dark of the Moon, all those. It's an animated cartoon animated. Like,
is this the one where they are younger and Optimus and Megatron are friendly to each other?
They're actually buddies. Yeah, pull up. You can share my screen again if you want.
Is that the one? That's the one you're talking about, right?
Yeah, you share just share. I've got IMDb pulled up real quick on it, and then so I don't know if I'm gonna like that or not.
No, I see that one. Yeah, I know that our friend Stunning before didn't like it. The early days of the previews and trailers and stuff. So
yeah, I don't think I'm gonna like. I think I'm going through a lot of the Transformers that I haven't seen, like Armada and Energon and stuff like that. I'm thinking the style. It's the style of the animation, right? It's it gets more computerized, and I start to kind of lose it after. Like I think the Armada series, when it gets into the Prime series stuff, I don't like it. I don't like that art style.
Now I will tell you, I hope. Are they going to come out with another Battlestar Galactica?
I heard rumors,
but I wish that they would make it more like the original than what they did with the newer one. Because I'm sorry, it's one of those that I'm still Lauren Green and all that. You know.
You mean this one? You mean this one?
Yeah. Yes. I was more like that than I am the more modern one.
Hello,
Padawan. Welcome, Padawan. How are you doing tonight? Next feeling strong on stand-up comedy. I'm in. I'll check this Terminator Zero tomorrow to fly home. Okay, good for you, Padawan. See, I actually did not mind the newer one, the newer Battlestar Galactica. I actually liked it to a certain point, but what bothered me was so many of the recastings, and not necessarily the Starbuck being female, but just I didn't like
Admiral Ty. They recast Admiral Ty.
Yeah,
too.
I didn't like the way they made him and that as the drunk and all this stuff. Yeah, I didn't like the way they made him compared to the original series. There are things like that I didn't like. It's like this new Star Wars when Rogue One came out with so much graphic violence in it. it just didn't feel like a Star Wars movie to me.
No, Ty
Because
was an
but
upstanding XO who could have taken over for Lauren Green if he had to and stuff like that, and they turned him into a hot mess. Yeah, I mean, he's still a good leader, but he was a hot mess in the second series. Yeah. I mean, the actor was great though. The actor was great,
absolutely.
It was still a swap. It was still that, but I mean, you swapped 3 of the best characters.
Well, everybody kept focusing on the Starbuck flop and flip, and I'm like,
completely forgot about Boomer.
Boomer, and Ty, exactly. So, but Ty is the one that really got me. To me, Putin's cat. It was in terms of what Star Wars had always been. When you got bodies flying over and getting shot to the extent that they did, to me, it was a lot more graphic than what the 1977 movie was like. What 80? They were.
They can't touch on some of those subjects.
Maybe not. I understand that, but that's why to me it was a different feel when I first saw it. It took some getting used to. And I was like, I've never seen Star Wars like this. Okay, Atwood, go ahead.
Sorry, what I was trying to say a couple minutes ago. Anyway, I saw this meme a couple weeks ago that completely fit. It said it had a picture of Tom and Jerry, of Tom from Tom and Jerry looking at a piece of paper, and the paper said, if paying for it is the owning, then pirating isn't stealing. And it's got a picture of Tom getting all mad, and I thought, that's very true.
Yep. Hey, Max Redstone.
And the second thing, and this is a little bit of promotion on Netflix's part. I will say this: the only show that I've seen on Netflix that I thoroughly enjoyed is there's a show called Slasher. It's a little graphic, and yes, if you're not into horror, it's really
Shudder.
good because the Shudder bought it. They're coming out with new stuff on there, but first it's the Who Done It series, and each season is a different story. It's a Who Done It. You're trying to figure out who the killer is. It's a really good show, even if you're not into horror. So I highly recommend that. That is the one show that I will watch on Netflix, but I don't even watch it on there anymore because, well, they don't own it anymore, so I don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, I don't have Netflix, but I might be getting Amazon Prime so I can get some movies on here so I can talk about on streams.
And see, that's my thing is, you got, HBO Max. It's worth the price tag because you have a ton of great shows that are popular. Game of Thrones, The Sopranos, all the DC movies, all the DC shows. Netflix, up until about, they used to have good stuff, but in the last 10, 15 years, there's nothing on there anymore. I would rather pay, $9.99 for Paramount Plus and watch all my Star Trek shows and not have to pay for Netflix because
but you know what? But still, that's the problem, though. You got to pay the price to play. I mean, if you're going to get into it, you just got to pay for it. It's like Fortnite with what they've done this season. If you're going to play, you got to get good with the more modern weapons. But the problem is we can't just keep complaining about the price. Either you get it or you don't at the end of the day. But go ahead.
But what I'm saying is, like,
it's a value. It's a value thing.
See, that's exactly the issue. Because what I'm saying is Paramount, like for example, Paramount Plus. You have so many good shows on there for half the price of what you're paying for Netflix.
It depends on your perception. People can look at stuff on not Netflix. It depends on what you like and what you find of interest. Somebody else could legitimately have different interests in you and feel the opposite way, that Netflix is a better value. So it kind of comes up to the person's interest. Let me hold on one second. I do want to say something real quick. Putin's cat, I agree with that. That's one of the things I was thinking about specifically, where a stormtrooper gets shot and they fly like 20 yards backwards. And JT Kirk, hello. Good to see you tonight. We'll be going a few more minutes, JT. I sent you a DM, but yeah. Okay, Atwood, go ahead.
But exactly what Phantom Outsider was saying. Other than Stranger Things and Cobra Kai, I challenge you to name something
But
actually work. No,
but
hang on.
I don't, because I don't watch it, but other
Name a
people could,
show.
like Netflix.
Name a show
I
that is
can't.
actually still ongoing that is
Again,
worth
it's
watching.
your opinion, though. It is your opinion. Other people that may be bigger fans of Netflix might be able to answer your question. That's the thing, is value is in the eye of the beholder. Some people, like
See,
you, like the Paramount. That's all.
no,
But
I'm just
Paramount's got good
somebody else
stuff.
might. But I do.
well,
They got Beavis and
well,
Butthead. They got the
Paramount Plus is
NFL,
just
and
an
there's other
example.
stuff they do. But yeah.
Moonbeam City.
Well, what I'm saying is there are good things for the price on Paramount Plus,
But yeah,
HBO Max,
yeah.
AMC Plus. They all have good shows. Netflix, other than those
Um,
literally one or two shows, I
Excuse me,
can't think of nothing.
my wife would disagree with you. My wife has Netflix. She likes Netflix.
Okay, well,
So that's where I say that it comes down to what you want, what you, you can't go into these things like this
I'm
network's
talking,
obviously better, but
and I'm talking
because it
original content. I'm not talking like
well,
who gets the rights to a show. I'm talking like original content.
yeah.
For example, HBO Max for Game of Thrones, Netflix for Stranger Things. That's what I'm talking about. There are no original shows. Now, if Netflix gets a show that's popular, that's one thing, okay? I'm talking like original shows
Yeah.
that are popular and ongoing. Where HBO Max, they have probably like 30 good shows worth watching. Paramount
Again,
Plus does,
the
but Netflix
problem
has
with
nothing.
you, the
I
problem
just,
you have with that statement though is it gets back to an opinion. That may
but
be your opinion, but to other people, they have a different opinion than that. And that's where it's hard to say so dogmatically one is better than the other. It always comes down to what the viewer prefers and taste and interest.
Yeah, I mean,
Go
I
ahead, Jake.
would,
Go ahead, Dave.
not for taking sides. I would prefer Paramount. I would pick Paramount if I had to pick. I'd
yeah,
probably
that's
pick
what I'm saying.
Paramount
Now,
over
Burger,
Netflix. But for me, I'm gonna have to get like Amazon Prime or something so I can download
mhm.
movies that I can
Now,
maybe show them on some streams. I
Mhm.
can't do that if I get Paramount. I can only watch them. I can't do
Yeah.
anything with them for the show.
Burger,
So
I
it's
want
like I'm going to wind up with 4 pay services, and right now, that's not feasible. You know what I mean?
Hey, Wes Cagle, good to see
here,
you. New
but see,
Jersey.
Hey, Wes.
I do want to mention Brogu's comment though. He says that there's a reason why they're number one, but here's the problem with that comment, Brogu. With streaming services like HBO Max and Paramount and stuff like that haven't been out that many years, how many people do you think have a Netflix account and forgot to cancel it 10, 20 years ago?
I think a lot of people watch their subscription. If they don't want it, they cancel it. Especially when you
You'd
had
be
some
surprised how
bad,
many people
but
forget to cancel
especially
their
when you have
stuff.
some bad programming that they come out. Well, but even if they do, it's again, it gets back to what people choose and what they want, because it's like each of these different streaming services offer something to each group.
I tell you what I've
There are
done.
certain things you can find. Go ahead, Dave.
Somebody mentioned in the chat if there's only like 1 or 2 things you want to watch, you can fight the system. Just do the 7-day trial, watch a
Yep.
couple of the
Wait,
movies.
but
But
see,
if you get
that
hooked on one of the series, then that's where they
Yep.
get you.
but
Exactly.
you know what I've noticed, Dave?
We did that the
You know
other
what's
day.
funny?
Yeah.
There's another reason why Netflix is still number one. You know what? Because you know what? And I looked into this. They don't even do free trials anymore. They
Well, they
don't do
don't
free
need to.
trials.
But
That's the problem. That's the
well, why
only
is it a
reason that
problem though? It's business. Why is it a problem? It's business. It's the way they do. If you're
that is the
big and you're
only
the leader, you do not need to give people
okay.
stuff for free.
But what I'm saying is that is the only reason they have so many subscribers because they don't do free trials.
But who can? But it's their business model, their business
I'm just
operation.
okay. That's fine. I'm just saying that's the only reason they have so many subscribers because they don't do free trials.
Well,
If they did free
they
trials,
started.
nobody.
See, Netflix started well in the old days. I remember the missus getting 3 DVDs a time, and they
Yeah, and
started
then
with
they
the
stopped
physical
doing it.
media. Then they started moving and shifting over. And I think that there's one of the thing that because they've been established in the physical media, people will stick with them longer and grant them in. They will not switch off and on as many of the other streams, because a lot of people have gotten used to them from physical media to this new streaming stuff, and they're a
Oh,
known quantity. and they do have a pretty wide selection.
Boom Scout, you said that. Does anyone have Sling TV? Every email I used to sign up, they say it's taken. You know how they do that? They use the IP address on your phone to where you can't create another account using that same device. That's how they do that.
Well, we have the Sling TV, and we got several different Rokus.
And Roku, but that's what I had, man. And Roku is really good. If you get the Roku TV, you can download all those apps, all of them.
No, but see, we've got 4 different Rokus. I can get Sling on every one of them because we have.
I have the one Roku, account, and I can do all of these apps right on the TV.
The thing with that, Dadman, is sometimes that doesn't they have that system in place, but it doesn't take effect unless you get banned. So, like, let's say they delete your account on one Roku account because you did something you weren't supposed to be doing. Then that way, if you try to create a new account on that same device, they won't let you do it. Because
well, listen, listen, you borrowed so much trouble because I tell you what, I got the ultimate problem solver. I turn into Mrs. Dadman Walking, and she makes the magic happen. I just sit there and point. Wait, because I point and click. You know, kind of like just tell me where they are, and I shoot.
I got some tricks up my sleeve too. Trust me.
Well, I was interested in what Tina was saying, but I didn't want to throw it out there. She says, I was wondering if she was getting, Tina is still there, if you get BritBox on that, because that would be cool.
BritBox is good.
Yeah, because Mark, I was talking about the BBC, but Mark corrected me and said all that stuff is on the BritBox because it's America's side. And I was like, you're right. And that BritBox has got a ton of good stuff.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I watch Stranger Things, and I haven't had Netflix account in years. So I find other ways to watch it.
There you go. People do that. Our friend Hungry is always telling people of place. Archive.org is another one too that people use too. So, but hey. Well, folks, we're right at an hour, so thank you, everybody. We're coming in. I'm going to go ahead and head to bed. We did get another extra stream in tonight. Let's see. Yeah, bro. It's like
exactly, Burger. Exactly. He knows what I'm talking about.
Well, what bothered me the other day, and I guess is how things change. Many years ago, there was a site, College Fight Music, for all the college fight songs. You can go there, play the stuff, whatever. Maybe make a donation to the site. I went the other day, and you got to buy the music now. You can't just sample or play it all. You got to buy it, and it's like, what the heck happened with that?
That's my biggest complaint with streaming services, Burger. I don't mind paying for a streaming service. It's when you get too darn big for your britches and you start charging $20, $30 bucks. Like, I don't mind paying $10, $15 a month. Hey, let me finish my statement for one thing.
Okay, hurry up.
When you start charging $20, $30, hell, $40 a month for a subscription service, that's when I start saying, screw it. I'm going to find another way to watch it.
That is caveat emptor, buyer beware. That is where the buyer has the right to walk away at the price point they do not want to pay. The business has the responsibility to make as much money for the stockholders. And if they can get away charging $50 for something and people will pay it, the market will be set. You stay out of it. Let the market pay. Because when the business overprices it, generally the marketplace will respond with less demand. The streaming subscriptions will subside. They will not make as much money. Then they will realize they have charged too much and bring the prices down. But it can't be legislated. It can't be mandated. Let the market survive. Yes, I agree with you. Everything you're saying is right. And I agree that certain prices are too much. But let the market decide. People either pay it or you don't pay it.
Here's another part of my 2 cents. Amazon knows as much crap as they do behind the scenes, they know what the crap they're doing with their subscription services. And the fact that I can get whatever I want within 2 days, watch all these shows and stuff for free, and get all this stuff for my video games for like $18 a month, they know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah, I know, but I do agree with Brogu here. Eventually, all these channels, look at friggin' restaurants do it. They know how to jack the prices up, and eventually they suck you in with this little free deal or a
But
little
here's
bit,
the
and
thing
then
with
they
Uber
put you
that,
Eats.
into
Uber Eats
yeah,
gets me with
here's
that
the
every
thing.
now and then. Gives you that $15 off,
yeah.
and that's the only time I'll. Man, if you try to order something from there just for yourself without having any of those promotion codes, I'll drive. I'll just get in the car and drive a half hour to a
Here's the
particular
thing.
restaurant, right?
I'll pick up. I'll be my own
Yeah,
Uber Eats.
I'll
Yeah.
just go to the grocery store and cook.
But that's what the point is
Eh,
a lot of times we've had it with the AT&T before. They sit here, offer you this nice little discount for a few months. Eventually, that discount goes away. You're back into paying full price at some point down the road. They will eventually get you in the end. They bring you in with that little discount. Go ahead, Atwood.
Here, here's my thing with that burger. You are right to a degree, okay? So when they raise the prices, okay, it's when they do it too consistently. Let me give you an example, okay? Look at something like Paramount Plus, okay? How many times have they raised their prices since they've launched? Not much, right? How many times has Netflix raised their prices in the last year? 10, 15 times it seems like, almost every month it seems like. There's a difference between raising your prices and doing it way too freaking much. Look
But
at
who are
Netflix like hang
but
on.
who are
Look at
you to
Netflix.
decide though? I mean, who are any of us to decide that? Because
I'm
Well,
not
it
no,
trying to
no,
decide.
that man,
because
because
that
I'm
that
if
not
we all
hang
decide
on,
not to watch it anymore, they will bring the
I'm
exactly.
not
prices
But
by
see,
then.
I'm
that's the
hang on.
But hold
Here's
on
the
out. Hold
thing.
on, Atwood. Dave, that's exactly what I'm trying to tell Atwood.
Well, I know, but that
The,
works
the,
against
that
we decide it
Yeah,
if we
well,
don't want to watch it anymore. We
exactly.
decide.
But see, apparently Netflix is able to get away doing this
But
repeatedly,
see, here's the
repeatedly,
I
thing.
know,
and
I'm not
and that's the
they do.
thing is the market decides.
I'm not
Go ahead,
saying
Atwood.
I'm not saying you can't decide. What I'm saying is it don't make it right. And if I want to complain, I'm gonna dang complain about it because that
Well,
don't make it
fine.
right.
It doesn't make it right, but you know what? I don't want the government or anybody deciding that they can't do it. A business has a right to set the price wherever they want, and the people have a right
I
to not pay for it.
Well, we
I
were
And
talking
agree,
about
but
ice
there we
cream
go.
earlier, and I was saying, oh yeah, I don't even buy ice cream unless it's buy one get one free
I
because
do
the
too, Dave.
half pint ice cream is $6 damn.
I
So I
know.
don't
I
buy
do
it.
too.
I don't
I
buy it.
Exactly.
agree.
I got to get the
I
dairy free
agree,
anyway,
but
but still, don't buy
I
it.
agree.
I'm not touching it. I'm not
Look,
paying $6 for a
that man.
pint of freaking
Yeah.
ice cream.
I I agree, but it don't make it right, and it sure as hell don't mean I'm not gonna complain about it.
I know. I know you go. Well, guys, we're going to go ahead and shut it down tonight. Guys, this was fun. Thank you for coming in for a bit of an
Well,
hour.
well, what's
We're
your
here
grade on Alien Romulus first? So give us a grade or something.
F.
F. Oh wow.
F. I
Okay.
felt
All right.
it's just a carbon copy of all the previous Alien movies, and it got ridiculous. When the missus started laughing and talking to me in the middle of the movie with it, it was like when after they did the aliens line from you bitch, it was like
But you know what's
okay.
sad though,
This
Dadman?
movie
See,
was
I'm not
this
going to go
movie.
see it now because of that. I'm not. If they did that, and I'm glad you said it because I almost went to go see it. Now that you told me that that's in the movie, I'm done. No way.
And
You know
I'll
what's
tell you
funny,
why.
Dadman?
Hold on one second. Hold 1 second. Dave, and the way they did it
Yeah, I can only imagine.
was heavy-handed, really awkward. The way it was said was like, why? I mean, because it's like they're ripping off something that happened later in the timeline. Like, oh, now this guy said it. Now Ripley somehow made it clear. That's where the Miss and I both kind of lost it with the movie. It's like that was the one that put us over. Okay,
You
I
know what's
would.
funny? You know what's funny, Dadman? Is they could
But
have copied that film frame by frame, Dadman, and it still would have been better than Alien Resurrection.
well, I tell you, I just want a movie like Aliens again, so that
Good
we
luck
can
with
have
that.
it.
Nah, not going to get it.
Good luck.
Exactly.
Not for a while.
Exactly.
You got
I
Godzilla
know.
You're
-1,
not
so
getting
just
it.
enjoy
You're
Yes,
not
it.
getting it.
Godzilla minus the one.
Then there
Yes,
you
definitely
go.
see that. Oh, black and white, definitely of a color though. Did you see it in black and white there, Dave? Yet? Yeah. Okay.
No, I missed it. I had COVID that week, and it was only in special limited engagement. I just stayed in
Oh,
that same week I got it, and I actually wasn't feeling good that weekend. and then and then it was over. I didn't get
Well,
to
dude,
see it. But
if you
I'll
can
get it
get,
on. I'll get it on Blu-ray
Yeah.
when it comes out.
it definitely made a difference to me. I actually could see more detail in black and white than I could, or in the minus color than I could in the color version, especially in the night scenes. And it really made Godzilla even freakier. It was, and I'm not a black and white movie fan. We've had that talk and debate many times. I did,
Yeah, you
but
did mention that before, but you loved
Yeah.
that one.
I love this one. It was really, really great. So, all right. Well, we're going to say goodnight, and you guys have a great night. Dave, let's see. What are you up to these days? Anything soon?
I think you're doing sports on Wednesday. I might do some comic book stuff about at 9, and then maybe catch up with you later. JT and I are going to do. I think don't hold me in stone like this. I got to get back up with him. We're going to do the comics of comic book adaptation of the movie show of the TV series. Sorry, forgive me. Of the original. So Marvel put out an original comics run. I think 24 or 26 issues.
I actually have an issue or two of them. I think of the original. Yeah.
So we both apparently have the run. So I was like, oh, hey, want to talk about it on a stream? He's like, sure. There you go.
As long as you don't have the
Wednesday.
As long as you don't have the runs, you're okay. So
no.
Sorry, I couldn't help. But yeah, go
good.
check out Dave. It's Dave C10 at Twitter, right? I mean, not Twitter, at YouTube. All right.
YouTube, yeah.
So, all right. And Atwood, what's up with you these days?
Okay, so I'm planning a kind of like a big birthday bash on either the 20th or the 21st. Right now, I'm planning for the 20th. But it's definitely going to be the 20th and 21st, but I'm shooting for the 20th, where that evening we're going to be starting with like a talk show, and then we're going to go and play Fortnite with some friends. So be sure to subscribe to my YouTube and follow me on Twix or Threads or basically any social media. You can find all my socials if you look right below my name. You can see where you can go to that link and you'll see all my socials.
All right, folks. All right, Atwood, thank you. Thank you, Atwood. Thank you, Dave. We made it over an hour, and we were going to stop about 20 minutes ago.
Well, that's what you say when you want to go another hour, to make sure you stop then.
Exactly. Folks, everybody have a great evening, and we'll catch you later. Bye, all.
Good night or good morning.
Good morning.